Okay, so I haven't actually started Onyx Storm yet, but I promise you I have a really good reason. So if you know anything about me, hi, I'm Christine. I talk about books on TikTok. I have controversial opinions, and I'm hyperlexic. When you are hyperlexic and you make videos on TikTok, you will inevitably spoil your real life book club. My real life book club made up of some of the greatest people in the whole wide world. They started the whole series last year after Iron Flame came out. So my videos about the Fourth Wing were actually circulating around that point. So then when they started getting Fourth Wing content, they started seeing me. And they came into contact with my whole Dana's Endgame thing, and I was like, I can't explain that to you until you get to the end of the second book. And by the time they got to the end of the second book, they were like, you are fucking delusional. They still loved me, but I was delusional. So I promised them that my hyperlexic ass would sit and wait because when I talked about this video, I would inevitably make a video about it, and I wouldn't want them to come across my video getting spoiled. That being said, though, I do have some predictions as to how I think Onyx Storm is going to turn out that I have documented in some text messages, some Discord messages, and I would like to show them to you now. So this is a message between me and my real life book club where we're talking about like the sheer amount of characters that we need to remember. And I was just like, I legit am not going to bother remembering a character's name until they make it past page 100 of Onyx Storm, because I remember reading Iron Flame and being like, oh, look, these side characters, they're all gone. So there's a few people whose names I remember, and then there's some people whose names I don't remember, and I only know by description. So we're gonna go down the list. It is Violet, Xaden, Dane, Dana's Endgame, Rhiannon, Imogen, Sawyer, Radoc, and then the not dead brother, and then the sister, and then the dead mom, and then the probably not dead dad, and then the scribe who like has all of those inscriptions at the top of all the chapters, and then the venom guy. I've been referring to the venom, like the venom thing that like Xaden is addicted to, as like the blah blah juice. So it will be known as the blah blah juice from here on out in any Onyx Storm video I ever do. And then Xaden has like this group of like hot guy friends that I've been referring to as the Rune Danon crew, where like they're kind of important to the plot, but like you don't really see them. Like it's kind of like the author's way of being like, hey, we've got gay people in the plot that we'll never see. I think it's like, oh God, Garrick and Bodhi maybe, but like I couldn't tell you anything about them. Like they're just Xaden's friends. And then there's like the people who came in after Violet's year, who I've been referring to as the Grey's Anatomy interns. Like they're the Lexi Gray, the Jackson and April, like those guys. Message between me and my friend Rachel, who started the book and has finished the book by now. I was like, as a theorist girly, here are some of my theories. And I was explaining to her, I'm like, I promised my like IRL book club that I would let them start it first because I did the first two first and they kept stumbling upon my videos. My guess is as to how I think that Onyx Storm is going to go. Xaden is going to get worse on the blah blah juice, like the venom bullshit. They'll cure him somehow. The second years are going to die in some kind of attack on the school. Like half of them are going to die because this is kind of like Grey's Anatomy. You have to cull the cast on every season finale. And Xaden are going to have like a big moral disagreement about Xaden voluntarily taking on the addiction of the blah blah juice, and they're going to break up, and then she's going to fuck one of the Grey's Anatomy interns, the prince Eric, and she'll like it, but it's not the Xaden D. Like it's never going to be the same. Dane will be a stalwart friend through all of this because Dane would be like the book 5 endgame dude, so he's not worried about like Violet fucking other people, and he probably doesn't even like have romantic feelings for her right now. Like that stuff will grow within the next 2 books. So Dane is a stalwart friend because Dane is that bitch. Dane is endgame. Rhiannon doesn't die in this book, but she comes very, very close to death, and I don't think Rhiannon's making it out of here personally. Like I don't think she's making it out of the series because of course you're gonna kill her girl best friend. Of course you are. Discord messages to my friend Rachel. I will die on the hill of Violet's second signet is seeing dead people because of that whole scene with her and dead Liam when she was being tortured. She'll figure it out because she's going to see her dead mom, who will have the House of Flame and Shadow Bryce Quinlan talks to a hologram underground moment, and that gives us like some more exposition and backstory about Violet's mother's role in all of this. Also going to find out that the people that Xaden is working for, that like Xaden is going to be like heir to the throne or whatever, that they are also evil. So her scribe dad, whose name I don't remember either, is also alive. Violet will betray Xaden, because this is not a betrayal. She's gonna just strike out on her own with like a core group of friends who are more her friends than his friends, like Rhiannon and Sawyer. Maybe I don't remember who her fucking friends are. She leaves Xaden behind when this happens, and Eric goes with her because this is when she fucks him. And during like the ensuing final battle, the brother, Brennan, apparently, is going to die in the battle. So then the dead brother the not dead brother will be dead again, and then the dead dad is not dead dad. Like so they're role reversing. Then the mission for book 4 is going to be her and Xaden. They're broken up for the time being. Violet is pining, Xaden is pining. Xaden is, in rehab for the blah blah juice. And then the original writers, like her original friends, they are set against Mira, the sister, for the conflict of the next book. Getting closer to being able to start the book because one of the girlies in my real life book club, she finished it last night. She was telling us how she was feeling, and I was like, ooh, my theorist brain has a guess. A guess as to how the end of the series is going to go down, besides, Violet striking out on her own and doing all that stuff regarding, betraying Xaden's people and, like, being separated from him while she and the Fourth Wing work to do all the revolution stuff, whatever. Part of it is that Violet is going to ascend and turn into a dragon. She has 2 dragons, and this is a whole, a writer without a dragon is a tragedy, a writer without a dragon is, oh god, what's that fucking catchphrase? A dragon without a writer is a tragedy. A writer without a dragon is dead. That's how you say it. Having 2 dragons, she essentially has the equivalent of Super Mario's green mushroom. So at some point, either Tarn or Andarna, I'm not saying that correctly, I'm pretty sure I'm not saying that correctly, one of them is going to go down. The book is that Violet is going to be part dragon, and therefore she'll be like exempted from the whole a dragon with a rider is a tragedy, a rider without a dragon is dead, that whole thing. She's going to be exempted from that because Violet uses her second secret signet to absorb the either one of her dragon's dead souls, and that's like what makes Violet so special. That would also make Xaden the monster fucker, because she absolutely would fuck Xaden with like her part dragon body, kind of like the way Tamlin fucks Feyre with his claws out. And why can't tiny girls be giant dragons who fuck their shadow daddies? Why do the shadow daddies always have to be the ones being the monsters? Why can't the tiny girls fucking their shadow daddies be the monsters? That's feminism. But yeah, I'm not reading this book until my real life book club, like my offline book club, is done with it, because I don't want to be the reason that somebody gets spoiled. If I'm wrong about anything, I don't want to know. If I'm right about anything, I don't want to know. But these are the ideas that I had, that I have proof of having, that I could show to y'all. So if I am right, it would be really funny. And if I'm wrong, it would also be really funny. So everybody who's read the book, I hope you enjoyed it. I will be reading it very soon.